order to accomplish their basic plays. Both of these are relatively fair control decks, designed to just make one or two negates a turn and then recycle their resources on subsequent turns. It's just that in order to do that, they need to special summon 4 or more times. Maxi hits decks like these harder than most others, essentially knocking them out of meta contention when they might have otherwise been playable. Like, it would be awesome to pilot these decks competitively, but because they auto-lose to Maxi as hard as the solitaire combo decks do, they don't see any real play. In that way, I think that having a less restrictive ban list with fewer cards on it actually gives players less choices in what they can play. The fact that all these cards are legal means that a whole bunch of decks are never going to get a chance to shine. Alright, so now that we got all the big ones out of the way, it's time for the Goblin Show Lightning Round!
This is an OCG simulator, and the OCG has Maxi.
False! The current Master Duel ban list is far different from the OCG's. It may have started similarly, but things have deviated significantly since then. Master Duel is clearly its own format, with its own list, and there is no reason it couldn't ban whatever the hell it wants.
Well, the OCG has Maxi, and it's doing just fine.
But even if we ignore the quality of the
I haven't. I can guess this is some kind of hyper ultra aggressive deck. I might not have a chance here, but
also the OCG is a best of 3 format with side decking and a completely different card pool, so maybe that's the reason Maxi works for them. Think about that.
Still, this is a Japanese game marketed to a Japanese audience. They don't care what Americans think, and they never will.
Then why did they release the game in America, in English, with a huge advertising campaign? This is the most cope
already a bad
cope came to Cope Town. Master Duel obviously wants Western customers, which means the dead should heed our criticisms.
But most of the players are in Japan, and the Japanese love Maxi.
The Japanese are not a monolith. They don't all agree with each other all the time. They are people with individual opinions, and I know for a fact that not all of them like the bug. But even if I'm wrong, even if every Japanese player loves it, will they quit the game if it's bad? I doubt it. If Western players can put up with Maxi being legal for well over a year, then surely Japanese players can at least try playing with it banned. Experiment! The forbidden list is changed every month. If the OCT players revolt at losing their precious Maxi, then the devs can just put it back to 3. There's no risk.
Shut up! You're just a noob who doesn't know what they're talking about.
Fool! I've played this game for 10 years now. 10 long years. And I've made YouTube content for 8 of those years. So there's video proof of my dueling experience. I've also streamed Master Duel twice a week since launch, and I regularly make it to Diamond. I may not be the best player, but I know what I'm talking about.
You just want to ban Maxi because you always lose to it.
Your mother loses to Maxi. Also, I play the bug myself, and it helps me win just as many games as I lose, so despite my tone, I'm not making this video out of anger or some delusional belief that I'll win more when it's gone. My only real motivation is to improve the game, to make it more competitive, more interesting for spectators. I kind of do this for a living. I'd like if it thrived and succeeded.
I think Maxi is fun.
But I don't think it's fun. Seems our emotional reasons have cancelled each other out. I suppose we'll have to rely on logic to solve this. And oh, would you look at that? I've made a whole video of logical arguments. Do you have a video of logical arguments? I think not.
Fuck you!
No, fuck you!
Okay, but what about the other broken cards? Surely there are more pressing matters than Maxi.
So this is less of a pro-Maxi argument and more of a deflection, but I hear it often enough that it's worth bringing up regardless. Oftentimes when I talk about wanting to ban Maxi, I'll get people telling me there are bigger fish to fry. What about Tearlament, they say? That's the best deck, and it's limiting diversity. By your logic, the devs should ban that too. Yeah, yeah, they will. You think they're going to hit Tearlament? Of course they are. They've hit every meta tech, and this will be no exception. It's just going to take a month or two. That's how this game works. Everything broken gets banned eventually. You just get time to play with it. Same with floodgates. Yeah, there's still too many available, in my opinion. But Master Duel has been working on that. We've seen many of the worst floodgates get banned or limited, to the point that we almost have a decent list for a best-of-1 game without side decks. The reason that I harp on Max C in particular is because that card has been a problem since day one. When Master Duel launched, people were complaining about the Max C minigame. And I'll admit, having it legal for a few months was an interesting experience. But more than a year later, and any novelty has long since worn off. I'm sick of this card. It's not healthy for the game. It doesn't create fun or interesting scenarios. It doesn't encourage creative deck building. And unlike every other broken card, it doesn't seem to ever rotate out of the meta. It is a constant problem. And unless we complain about it, I don't think the devs are ever going to fix it.
But complaining about it won't accomplish anything.
Now, this isn't a direct argument for Maxi either, but it is something I hear a lot, and it does help to maintain the status quo, so it's worth going over regardless. Now, first and foremost, Konami is a business, and Master Duel is a product. That product exists for the enjoyment of us, the customers. They make good product, and we give them money for it. This is business 101. So if there's something we don't like about their product, something that makes their service less enjoyable, then it is not only our right to complain, it is our duty to complain. Giving feedback is how we get a better game. Making their game better is how they get more paying customers. Complaining to companies actively improves things for everyone, and staying silent about problems is objectively bad. Now, of course, when it comes to a business as big as Master Duel with billions of players, they can't possibly listen to every criticism. Many complaints are going to conflict with each other. For every person saying the timer is too short, there's another complaining that it's too long. Perhaps more importantly, though, most of these complaints are just fleeting emotional responses. This is a competitive game. Players will get salty over lost duels and make stupid demands in the heat of the moment. They do it all the time, and usually they don't have a very compelling argument beyond, "This card make me angry." So if we want our criticisms to be taken seriously, we have to show two things. One, that a majority of customers agree that something is a problem, and two, that we aren't just temporarily angry, that this is a persistent and logical problem. That's why I made this video, and why I spent the last 100+ days on Twitter telling Konami that they need to ban the bug. I'm here to show that this isn't one guy getting angry over a lost duel. Max C is an objectively bad card. It was poorly designed, it doesn't fit in the modern format, and having it legal in Master Duel actively reduces the fun and excitement of the game. I've held this opinion for well over a year, it is backed up by logical reasoning, and as I've shown in this video, every single counter-argument can be easily dismissed. Max C must be banned. And the only way to accomplish that is for you to help. Let the developers of Master Duel know what we, the paying customers, want. If you're on Twitter, join me by telling @Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel that we should ban Max C. If you speak Japanese and you'd like to appeal to the Japanese developers, you can tell at Yu-Gi-Oh!MD_info to hashtag this, which I'm told is ban Maxi in Japanese. If you're not on Twitter, that's fine. You can petition the company in a variety of other ways. Perhaps the most direct method is using the surveys within Master Duel itself. After every event, the devs ask for feedback. Let them know. This game would be better if they banned Max C. Or if you just want to keep things brief, just copy and paste the hashtag over and over and over again. Getting the attention of the Master Duel devs is difficult. Konami and its subsidiaries are notorious for not communicating with their customers. But they do listen. They've made changes based on feedback before. And if we make this a big enough issue, if enough people speak up, then they will act. And our requests are not difficult or overly demanding. Either ban the bug outright, or give us a TCG format without it. Or at the very least, give us some explanation. Let us know what your goal is with this game, and why you choose to keep Maxi at 3, despite everything I've said here. They can do that, then perhaps I'll stop this campaign. But until then, the battle continues onwards. Never give up, never surrender. From sea to shining sea, we will beat back the bug and make Master Duel the best it can possibly be. Thank you for listening, and until next time, good luck and have fun.
Ah, the defense squad doesn't do anything, it seems. Oh, piss. That condition rarely ever matters. Piss on my titties. They have more than that, right? There it is. I won somehow.